In Law & Order, SVU Season 25 Episode 12, the focus was on seeking closure and justice for Sykes and other families affected by the disappearances of children in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Sykes harbored resentment towards this pursuit, and the discovery of Crystal's body years later deeply affected her. Despite this, Benson's efforts ultimately provided answers for the families, which is a crucial step in their healing process. Reflecting on Law & Order, SVU Season 25 Episode 11, it seemed as though the writers were attempting to mold Sykes into a character similar to Rollins. Both characters have troubled pasts and cope with their demons through addictive behavior. Benson's confrontation with Sykes about her recent binge-drinking episode reminded me of a past incident involving Rollins, where she tried to cover up her lateness with a fabricated excuse. However, unlike Rollins, Sykes failed to garner the same level of likability or empathy from the audience. Despite the tragic circumstances surrounding her sister's disappearance and likely murder, viewers did not feel inclined to root for Sykes to overcome her pain. One contributing factor to this disconnect could be NBC's decision to rotate characters to reduce costs, resulting in Sykes' limited screen time. This made it challenging for viewers to develop a strong connection with her character, especially when she resurfaced with new challenges, such as a drinking problem, months after her initial introduction. Sykes' anger and pain failed to make her a sympathetic character, lacking depth beyond these emotions. Unlike Rollins, who, despite her issues, rarely indulged in self-pity, Sykes seemed trapped in a victim mentality, resisting the transition to survivor. Rollins, while struggling, maintained a fan-favorite status due to her determination to improve. In contrast, Sykes' sole notable action in the cold cases was accusing Benson of ulterior motives related to Crystal's disappearance, a claim that seemed unfounded and disconnected from reality. While Benson's past with William Lewis understandably fuels her drive to help survivors, Sykes' reactions to Benson's actions regarding Crystal seemed disproportionate and unwarranted. Benson's involvement in the cases, even without Sykes' consent, falls within her duties and doesn't necessitate sympathy from the victims' families. The frequent mention of William Lewis feels unnecessary and risks trivializing the impact of his actions. While his character's violence was a pivotal moment in the series, its continual rehashing feels excessive and distracting. In summary, Sykes' character lacks the depth and development seen in other characters like Rollins, and the frequent references to William Lewis feel more like a narrative crutch than a meaningful addition to the storyline.